Hello gorgeous people who love to scrap, it's Val from Australia. I've got my latest project that I would like to share with you all. I have been working on this particular project for the last couple of days and I'm so super happy with the way that it's turned out, and it's just absolutely gorgeous people. And before I show you the actual dress that I have made, it's actually a wall hanging dress, and I've made it to decorate my craft room once I do settle down. And I'm really super happy with the way that it's turned out. And to start off with, this is the template that I have drawn out onto a piece of A4, just scrap paper that came in the mail, like just advertising paper. You can use any sort of paper that you want to start off as your base, and I've made it just an A4 size. I've just divided it in half and then just did a little slit there for in the shape like the what you call it, for the like for when the undersleeves, for when the sleeves go in there, and a little dip there for like the neck part. And then because you folded it over, the other side would be exactly the same also once you open it up. And then the length really depends on how long you want it to be. So because I will be layering a lot of fabrics on top, I only cut it this particular size and then layered the actual fabric on top of the bottom, the base pretty much. So from there I went on to cutting two pieces onto calico. This particular fabric, like I've mentioned in my previous vid, is like the base color that I really like to use. And this particular one I found at the thrift store for I think $1 for this particular piece. And it had like tea stain looks on it. I don't know if it's naturally aged over time because somebody's had it so long, but I'm really happy with this purchase because I didn't have to tea dye this particular one. A lot of the other calicos that I use, I don't tea dye them at all because I only use them as my base, and once I adhere all the other fabrics on top, you can't really see it anyways. But this one came with a really nice tea stain color there, so I've just folded it exactly the same as I would have the paper there, and then traced not really traced it out, but I just line it up against there and just cut it around the piece of paper like that, and then open it out exactly the same as you would here. And then from there I went on to using tablecloths, like vintage tablecloths, napkins, laces, bits and pieces. So what I use for the dress, I've used this tablecloth here. It's an actually really old tablecloth, and I've actually tea stained this. I dyed it before I went to use it, and I didn't plan on using this particular tablecloth, but everything just came together with the supplies that I had, and I'm really happy with the way the dress has come out. So it was just a really large round tablecloth, and this is one half of it, and I've chopped the other half and popped that away for another project. But it's a round tablecloth, and it already had the nice bend down here, so that really helped a lot with the project. And it's got little pleats down here already down the bottom, and because it's such a vintage antique sort of looking lace tablecloth, it had a lot of beautiful patterns in it, so I incorporated that piece. I incorporated two different kinds of muslin also. This is a heavier muslin, as you can see there, and this is a lighter one, as you can see. This one's actually more holey, as you can see. They're really thin and fine, and then this one's a little bit heavier muslin. But I also used the two of them, and I just use different assortments of tea-dyed doilies, just different ones that I have here. They're not exactly the ones that I've used, but it just give you an idea of what you can use also. So different kinds of textured doilies there, as well as lace fabric that I have found through thrift stores. I never buy any doilies brand new. All these are all through thrift stores or flea markets, because I love bargain buys, and you can never find these in the new stores because these are all like vintage. So I incorporated those, and I incorporated this particular trim that I found at the thrift store also. I can't remember exactly how many yards there was in here, but I did pay quite a bit. I think it was $5 for it, but I'm really super happy still because there's quite a lot of it, probably about 3 yards of it, and it's this gorgeous lovely gimpy type lace with the gold threading inside of it. It's really gorgeous. Other items that I've used are coordinating threads here, cream as my base, and then I used these particular colors to accent other parts. I didn't use these on the dress, but I used these to decorate the hearts that I've made to go with the wall hanging. And I've also used clunny lace also, not this particular type also, but I have run out of the other ones that I have used, but very, very similar. And this one was just naturally cream, but I've stained this also, and just given it a really, really sort of tattered worn look also. So that's all roughly the items that I used to make this gorgeous wall hanging art dress, and I would like to share my gorgeous art dress with you all. And this is what I have come up with. Isn't it just beautiful? I've just got it lying down on the ground at the moment, but I will be hanging it up so you guys can have a better look at what the actual dress looked like. This is just a metal wire hanger that I've just wrapped calico around, and then once I've done that, I've just sort of shaped it into the way that I wanted it, because it's a moldable coat hanger. And then I've just went on to, once I cut out the calico top part of it, which looks like this, so that's just that particular part there, but made out of calico, I just went on to adhering all these gorgeous napkins onto there, and vintage doilies, and lace panels, and crochet tablecloths, and more doilies and bits and pieces, as you can see here. So that's the tablecloth that I used down the bottom here, that I've shown you guys before, that one there. I've just laid it all down the bottom here, and these two parts here, they're actually napkins, believe it or not, they're just a square napkins on both sides. So I actually purchased two from the thrift store, and I've just turned them down so they're like in a triangular shape. And then this particular part came together, but then I folded them back that way and stitched in the middle here, and then used this doily to cover up the stitching that you will see inside here. And then I went on to add this particular lace panel that looked like that, and then I've just sort of like laid it here and then cut out the shape that I wanted it. Now I didn't really plan anything out, everything just went together as I made the dress. So it just came together beautifully, and as you can see there, it's just really, really absolutely gorgeous. This lace is made out of the edge of a doily. So for example, an edge of a doily meaning like this edge here. I'll chop that off and just gather that part and gather it like that into this particular flower, and this is just made out of lace that's like that, all gathered up into the center there. And I've just used a beautiful rhinestone brad there in the center, a gorgeous golden ribbon, not ribbon, an actual golden satin tie there that I found also at the flea market on the weekend, and it just came together beautifully people. I'm so super happy with the way that it's come out. Up here there's two flowers that I've made on either side of them. I didn't make them together. Before I popped on that flower, it was just the muslin at the back, and then this clunny lace underneath here. But then I thought, you know, it looked kind of plain, so I made these two lace flowers and put the button center there and just popped them on top on either sides, and they really accented the shoulder there, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. So I used the same lace as I did here, up here also. So it's a lace doily, that particular one. Really tattered and really, really beautiful. The special thing about this dress is also that it's actually double-sided. So regarding, you know, not regarding, depending on, you know, what sort of look you want to achieve, the other side looks very similar to this but different again. And because they, you know, I wanted to keep it with the cream theme, I made it very, very similar, and I will show you guys that in a minute. But before I show you guys the other side of the dress, I've made two little hearts just to hang down on here. Because the dress is double-sided, I have made the doilies, not the doilies, the heart decorations here double-sided also. I've just collaged different doilies, laces, muslin. I've just tied into a bow there and draped it across here and then stitched it down. And then on this side, just collage different laces, the same tablecloth that I have used, and made a muslin flower there and tied some lace bow there also, and then just did some ties and just tied them down onto the wire there, same as on the other side. It looks very similar, but it's actually different, not exactly the same, and it's so super gorgeous, people. I'll just show you the other side of the dress. So that's this side of the dress, and this is the other side. I'm so super happy with how the dress has come out. So this particular side of the dress is more cream, and this particular side of the dress is more golden and brown. So I've used more of this tablecloth on this side here, whereas on this side I've just used it on the bottom here, but I've used more on this side. I'm not a seamstress or anything at all. I've just made things as I go, and because I love to sew, and I've just used my brains and just, you know, use it to the max to see what I can do. So if this was to fit a little girl, it will probably fit a 12 months old little girl. So it is a really good size. It's not small whatsoever, so it would fit a 12 months old, and everything is hand stitched and hand sewn. As you can see, the stitching there. As I've mentioned, I don't have my sewing machine anymore, so it's all hand done. So every single embellishment, every single stitching that's on this dress to put it together, it's all hand sewn. And I've made these flowers here out of the lace that I showed you guys before. This particular one here, it's absolutely gorgeous, and that one there. And this one, I've just learned a new technique through watching vids on YouTube also, and it's very similar to I Scrap Happy's tutorial on how she made her ribbon flowers, but this one's a lot easier. You don't have to feed each petal in individually. This is all, even though it's got different petals, it's all one strand of ribbon together, and then you just twirl it around once you've made every single petal, and then you just, you know, sewn together. I did not use any glue whatsoever, because I don't even have a glue, hot glue gun either. So everything is hand stitched and hand sewn. And I've made 2 pockets here, calico backing, and I've used a crocheted doily, which looks very similar to this one here. One half went here and the other half went here to form a pocket, so I can store laces, trinkets, anything like that in there also once I do hang it up. And that's pretty much all how I've embellished this particular side of this dress here. And on this side I've just added a lot of lace trimmings down on the sleeves there, around the neck, and the tie that went around the other side came onto this side here, and I tied a little just tie there, and then used this flower here, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So stay tuned, I will hang this up so that you guys can have a better look at this beautiful, absolutely gorgeous dress. Welcome back, gorgeous people. Here's another look of my gorgeous handmade wall hanging. That's what the coat hanger used to look like, and then I've wrapped around calico all around the dress, and just hung some gorgeous hearts there on the side, and on this side here also. That's the other side, and that's this side here, the top of my dress. Lace flower there flowing all the way down, like gorgeous collaging of different laces and doilies there. On the other side, this will be my pretty much my final project that I will be sharing with you all with my new career change, with the move. I'm not sure if I will be having enough time to make other projects and share them with you all, but I'm still hoping and praying that I will be able to be fortunate enough to have some spare time and be able to make gorgeous things like this and share them with you all. So thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned for some close-up gorgeous pictures of my altered wall hanging dress there.